Okay, let's do it.
So welcome to the Virtual Innovation Camp. We decided that we want to share, this is a taster of the Innovation Camp 2020, the 5th edition of the season number 5. We decided to present around the campfire, the Innovation Camp of this year. And I am super pleased that at least in this complicated and tragic year, we are together with you in the audience and with my friends and colleagues that we are sharing this dream for many years. This time all together again, virtually, but together. This is important. So welcome, Nick, Marjolein, and Ellen.
Yeah, so the 5th edition will be slightly different than we are used to be, than we used to, of course. Not you're not in Noordwijkerhout, we are not in Amsterdam. So yeah, Nick, can you tell us a bit about the preparations that we did before this 5th special edition?
Can you explain your hat?
Yeah, I'm wearing my hat. This isn't, you know, normally I wear a baseball hat, but we've been talking, when we were brainstorming about this 5th innovation camp that, you know, we're going to be doing in November, we were talking a lot about food and, you know, how we can use food as a way of thinking about innovation, how food itself can be used in campaigns for innovation. There's so many people using food in fundraising, you know, I think especially like during the pandemic. I mean, I know best the situation in the US, but you know, the celebrity chef Jose Andres has got this thing called World Central Kitchen, and he just announced a plan to feed people waiting in line to vote in the presidential election in the US November 3rd. So it's, you know, it's kind of combining political activism with food as something everybody can relate to. And he's built an organization that served millions of meals to people who have been suffering during the pandemic. You know, and here's a guy who his day job is running a bunch of high-end restaurants, but he's also, you know, figuring out how to be part in a way of the NGO sector, how to meet human needs that have come up during the pandemic.
To use the 5 cents to engage people, and I feel like the food is providing this unique expertise that we are smelling. Can you smell the smoke now? Go into the camera to all the people. So this kind of smell triggering pro-social behaviors, flavors, and I think, I believe that there are much more discussions related with neuroscience, food, and social change. And I feel like these kind of things are also, we will be inviting some neuroscientists on the innovation camp for November, and we will be bringing previous experience that we developed with SOS Children Villages related with cross-modality and some other ways to combine sense in terms of the way to trigger pro-social behaviors.
But I really like this concept because it approaches fundraising on a much broader perspective than we used to do. It looks at how to trigger other senses and get people inspired to fundraise or to donate money to your charity. And that's for me what really is interesting about this concept. Look broader, how to attract people, how to inspire them, using much more than just here's the envelope, give money, you'll hear from us in a year or 2 years, but inspire them and attract them and make them part of a bigger movement. So for me, this is what innovation is all about. And I'm really looking forward to the impact of all participants to come out, see what new concepts we can come up with. And also for food, you start with these little tasters, you try out if something fits, and that's for me how open innovation could work. So in the past year, we've seen open campaigning from Greenpeace, we've seen inspiration from UNICEF, from WaterAid, and everywhere you see that innovation is a cooperative movement, a joint effort where you work together and not just sit in your office and think, okay, what should be the next innovation? And I think an innovation camp is a wonderful platform to facilitate this inspiration as well as cooperation to come up with the new big idea for fundraising.
Can you share a bit more about what we can expect during the workshops.
Next to the inspiration and the how-to part, we always encourage interaction between the participants so they can work together, inspire together, and come up with new ideas together. So we've had groups and communities for every year, the past year. And that's one of the things we encourage, open innovation, which is innovation within your organization with different departments, innovation together with your donors, with your supporters, with other companies, with startups.
Or, you know, Marcelo showed us a film festival where if you're watching a movie, if you're watching The Godfather, you're having Italian food. If you're watching a Nigerian film, you might be having Nigerian food. And, you know, you sign up for this and they deliver to your door the ingredients to make that Nigerian meal, which you cook or eat while you're watching the film. And so you're relating the food to the culture, to the whole sensual relationship between food and culture.
Yeah, Nick, and I think this is a fantastic element because it's something that also we were talking with Veronica Cheble from the Center of Spanish Help to the Refugee that won this gastro advocacy, is that this is the food also is providing this kind of hybrid approach. So that you are watching, for example, Ratatouille, and you get the menu of Ratatouille in a box in your home, and the reaction on the pandemic, it was accelerating this kind of hybrid organization. So, and as you said, also is this delivery of food, it was happening in US, in India, in different parts of the world. So part of the discussion that we will have in November is how we can systematize this aspect of fundraising and food activism, trying to give some kind of some kind of systematization, some kind of deep thinking around that, and how the NGOs, because everyone that we are mentioned, only Veronica Cheble maybe, but the other one, they were individuals. It's a cook, or they are not NGOs thinking in this direction. And our sector, and that you are listening in this moment, this taster of the innovation camp, how we can use, for example, an open innovation approach or some other methodology of innovation to bring to your NGO this hybrid approach on that. So this is Marjolein, the long story short. We have more stories, but this we will be keeping for you in the other side of the screen for November.
Hey,
okay, Nick.
Join us for Innovation Camp. We're going to do a lot of wild and crazy stuff. You'll get cool ideas. You'll have a good time, and you'll meet some new people.
We invite you to join the Innovation Camp virtually this year at the IFC Resource Alliance Global Community.
And when you join the Innovation Camp, you will become part of an international community of innovators, and that will last long when the Innovation Camp is done. Join us and to see what we can innovate together.
Come and join us at Innovation Camp.